Hi students, I am Ilangovan, Professor of Zoology. I would like to continue the last class lesson, what I left. See, I have given the broad classification of animal kingdom based on the organization. So based on the organization we have cellular level and then multicellular level. So at the multicellular level of organization or based on the tissue level of organization, we can classify the animal kingdom into two subkingdoms. Number one, that is parazoa. Number two, eumetazoa. Now in the case of parazoans, what we have the example of the sponges. Though the body of organism is made up of many cells, there is no tissue level, there is no organ level of organization. The individual cells, they have their own functions. They cooperate together and form an entire organism. It is observed in the case of parazoans, example sponges. Now in the case of eumetazoans, they are considered as true multicellular animals with the tissue and organ grade of organization. Tissue and organ grade of organization. Different organs and organ systems have been developed in these animals. Now this group or this kingdom, the subkingdom, once again broadly classified into two grades. This is based on the nature of the symmetry as well as the nature of the body wall, the germ layers. Now grade number one, you have radiata. This group includes animals having radial symmetry. That means the body can be cut into equal halves in any plane. At the same time, these organisms have two-layered body wall, the germ layers, namely outer ectoderm and inner endoderm. Hence, they are also called as diploblastic animals, the group Diploblastica. This group comprises of the phylum Vetri or Vertebrata, for example, sea animal, hydra, etc. And also another group, Ctenophora, which includes Ctenoplana, Chlorobrachia. These animals are having radial symmetry with diploblastic condition. Now the grade number 2, it is the broadest group, having animals whose bodies have three-layered body wall. That means you have ectoderm, endoderm and viscera. That is why this group is called Triploblastica. This group is called Triploblastica. At the same time, all these animals have bilateral symmetry, where the body can be cut into two equal halves or in one plane. That's why this group has dual name, Bilateria and Triploblastica. Then, this group Bilateria once again broadly divided into two divisions. Division number 1, Protostomia. Division number 2, Deuterostomia. This classification is based on the nature of the mouth formation. During embryonic development, if we take embryo from zygote, we have formed the blastula stage. Then the next stage we have gastrula. We have the next stage, gastrula. This is the gastrula stage. Now this gastrula contains a body cavity. This body cavity is called archenteron. Archenteron. Now this is also called as a primitive gut, and future it will form the digestive system. Now this archenteron communicates to the outside, to the exterior, by means of a small opening called blastopore. Now based on the fate of the blastopore only, we have the two groups. One is called the protostomia, another one deuterostomia. Now in the case of protostomes, during development, the blastopore gets converted into mouth. The blastopore gets converted into mouth. So the mouth is developed only from the blastopore. As the mouth is formed first, the group is called protostoma or protostomia. The animals are called protostomes. But in the case of the second category, deuterostome, so what will happen during development? The blastopore develops into anus. The blastopore develops into anus, or the anus develops just near the blastopore. So as actually the anus is formed here either from the blastopore or near the blastopore. Then what about the nature of the fate of the mouth opening? The mouth is formed only at a later stage of development. The anus is formed first in this category. The mouth is developed just opposite to the anus, just opposite to the end of the anus. As the mouth is developed at a later stage of development, this group is called deuterostomia. So based on the fate of the blastopore, the group is classified as protostome, where the blastopore develops into mouth. In the case of second category, the anus is developed from the blastopore or near the blastopore, and the mouth is developed only after the formation of the anus, just at the opposite direction, just opposed to the blastopore opening. That's why the group is called deuterostome. Now, just actually this protostomia once again classified into three categories, three subdivisions, and this is based on the nature of the coelom. So in some cases, there is no coelom is formed between the body wall and the gut, and such a group without coelom is called acoelomate group. The best example we have the flatworms or the platyhelminthes group or the phylum platyhelminthes. The second category, we have the formation of coelom, and that coelom is actually a true coelom, not a true coelom. It is only a false coelom. The main difference between the false coelom and the true coelom is this. In the case of true coelom, it is lined with coelomic epithelium, a layer lining what is called actually the coelomic cavity derived from the mesoderm. But in the case of pseudocoelomate animals, there is no such coelomic epithelium lining the body cavity. Suppose this is the body cavity. Now it is being lined with coelomic epithelium. This is the coelomic epithelium. So lining the gut as well as just the body wall, simply lining the body cavity. So if this coelomic epithelium is present, then the body cavity is called a true coelom or a UC. But in the case of pseudocoelomate, normally there is no formation of coelom. Normally during embryonic development, the blastocoel, which is considered as the primary body cavity, is being transformed into the adult body cavity, the true coel. But in the case of pseudocoelomate animals, the body cavity, that is what is called a pseudocoel, is nothing but the remnant of the blastocoel. There is no transformation of the blastocoel to form the true body cavity or the adult body cavity, otherwise called as a secondary body cavity. The primary body cavity, namely the blastocoel of the embryo, remains as such. That is why the pseudocoel is nothing but the remnant of the blastocoel. As it is also not lined with the coelomic epithelium, it is called as a false coelom or pseudocoel. Now the last one, division 3, zygosylomata. Now both zygosylomata and the enterocoelomata include animals, and all these animals are true coelomates. But here the classification is given either zygosylomata or enterocoelomata based on the formation of the cell. How does the coelom develops? How does the coelom develop from the embryonic cavity? Now in the case of the zygosylomata, during the development of coelom, a true coelom is developed lined with the coelomic epithelium, but the mode of formation is normally by the splitting of mesoderm. So the mesodermal layer split, and so that there is a gap being formed between the outer body wall and the inner gut, and that is a coelom. As a coelom is formed by the splitting of mesoderm, and this is called zygosyle. Zyzo, the word refers to the splitting. So the splitting of mesoderm leading to the formation of coelom, hence called zygosyle, and the animals are called zygosylomats. Now the division number 2, subdivision, enterocoelomata. Enteron, the word refers to the digestive system. Now during the development, you have what I mentioned, this primitive gut, the archenteron. So from the lateral sides of the archenteron, pouches are developed, which is soon developed into the coelom. As the coelom is developed as pouches from the enteron or the archenteron or the primitive gut, this group is called enterocoelomata, and the coelom is called enterocoelom. Now in the case of acoelomata, we have platyhelminthes. In the case of Pseudocoelomata, we have the roundworms or ascalpinthus, and in the case of Schizocoelomata, we have the animals Annelida, Arthropoda, and mollusca. Now, this division into Coelomata includes normally animals, for example, Echinodermata. Then we have the hemichordata and chordata. So, see that one, Enterocoelomata with the two coelom formed from Argentina. So, the examples are one invertebrate group and one non-chordate group, namely hemichordata and then chordata. So, this hemichordata is normally considered as a non-chordate group. It is not coming under chordata because of the doubtful status of the notochord, whether the animal possesses notochord or not. So, later it has been assumed that the animal doesn't have any notochord. That is why they put under separate just phylum, the hemichordata, but it is a non-chordate. So, it is actually acting as a connecting link. It is acting as a connecting link just normally. So, it acts as a connecting link between the chordata and echinodermata. That is why I put this one in between echinodermata and chordata, acting as a connecting link between the chordates and the non-chordates or the invertebrates. Then, now let's pass on to the next one. So, the phylum Chordata again classified into Urochordata, Cephalochordata and Vertebrata. This classification is based on the nature of the notochord, based on the nature of the backbone. Now, in the case of Urochordata and Chordata, Cephalochordata, we have the backbone in the form of notochord made up of vacuolated cells. But in the case of Vertebrata, we have a vertebral column in the form of backbone formed of small pieces of bones with a definite number for each group of species. Now, in the case of Urochordata, it's named so because the animals have notochord only in the tail region, that too not in the adult stage. So, in the case of Urochordata, for example, Ascidium or Herdmania, Doliolum. So, in all these cases, the animals have notochord only during the embryonic stage or during the larval stage. That too, the Urochordata and the animals, they have notochord just only in, that is in the tail region. Suppose for example this is the simplest larval stage. It is called a tadpole larva. So in the case of larva of these animals, this is the notochord. So the notochord is found only in the tail region. That is why the group is called Urochordata. But there is no appearance or actually presence of notochord in the adult condition. So when the larva is undergoing metamorphosis, some of the structures being lost. That means normally in the case of tadpole larva of frog, what will happen? There is a progressive change. That is called progressive metamorphosis. But in the case of this Ascidian tadpole, this is an example for Ascidian tadpole, as even the original structure being lost during development, it is an example for retrogressive metamorphosis. So, in the case of Urochordates, the larval forms, instead of showing or expressing progressive metamorphosis, they exhibit retrogressive metamorphosis because some of the characters being lost during morphogenesis or during metamorphosis. Then, so in the case of Cephalochordata, so you have the notochord is found even in the adult stage. It is being extended up to the head region. Normally in our case, for example human being, we have the notochord or the backbone just up to the neck region only. But in the case of Cephalochordata, we have the notochord is also extending into the head region. Hence the name Cephalochordata, for example Amphioxus. Now in the case of subphylum Vertebrata, so what will happen? So they have a backbone. In the form of pieces of bone that represent what is called the vertebral column. So these are all the main differences between the Urochordata Chordata and Vertebrata. Now the subphylum Vertebrata once again classified into two divisions. This classification is based on the presence or absence of jaws. So some animals have jaws and others without jaws. And those animals without jaws are considered as jawless vertebrates. And one such division is a absence of jaw or lack of jaw. And this includes only one living representative class, what is called a Cyclostomata, because the mouth is more or less circular. That's why the name is given Cyclostomata, and no jaws being present. And though these animals are looking like fishes, they are not included under the fishes. The reason for that one, they do not have any paired fins. The fins are normally just median fins and paired, and no paired fins being formed. That is why the cyclostomes are not included under the fishes. Now the cyclostomes, for example, you have mixing. This is one example, Anetha, which includes another one, lamprey, which is acting as an ectoparasite on other animal groups. So this is one introductory part. We'll study in deep. The next just in further classification, or just while we are talking about each one in elaborate manner. Now Gnathostomata. So the meaning for that one, animals with jaws. Gnathostomata. Gnatho with the jaws, stoma, mouth with the jaws. So animals are provided with jaws, including human beings. Now which includes a superclass, two superclasses. One, the superclass fishes, or we can say fishes, the group, the animals are fishes, and they have the paired fins for locomotion. And another group, tetrapoda, animals walking with 4 legs, or animals using 4 legs, that is why they are called as tetrapods. So this group includes animals having 4 limbs for walking or for any other work. Now the fishes, which includes once again 2 main classes, one with cartilage bone, another one with a real bone or calcified bone. So fishes with cartilaginous endoskeleton are grouped under chondric thighs. For example, the ray fishes, the shark fishes. Then astics, this one includes the bony fishes, where the endoskeleton is being formed of bones. Say an example of cutla, tunalite, mullet. So salmon. So these are all the different groups of animals coming under these fishes, either with cartilaginous skeleton or with the bony skeleton. So normally, what one person want to ask, what is the difference between notochord and the vertebral column? Now this notochord is a rod-like structure without being segmented into small pieces of bones. Again, it is not a bony structure. It is being formed of vacuolated cells. It is flexible in nature. Whereas the vertebral column is being formed of many pieces of bones, and they are all calcified in nature, entirely different from the bony structure of notochord. That is the main difference in terms of just a cellular arrangement. It's being formed of vacuolated cells filled with some vacuoles, and whereas the backbone or the vertebral column is being formed of small pieces of bones, calcified bones. That is the main difference. So we have the backbone, but in the case of actually other animals, in the case of prochordates like cephalochordata and urochordata, they have a stiff rod-like structure, what we call this one as a notochord. Okay, so this is actually the major classifications, something about the outline classification of animal kingdom. So the tetrapods include mainly the classes amphibians like frogs and toads, reptilian forms, the crawling animals like lizards, snakes, etc., apes, the flying animals like birds, and mammalia, V2, animals with the mammary glands, and those which are big but young ones are grouped under this class, mammalia. So we will discuss about this one later, each and everything in detail. So you are welcome to ask any questions at any time. So we are ready to answer it. So we will discuss other things in the next class. Thank you for today's class.